Hello and thank you for joining this video which provides information for prospective participants in the research project that's looking to explore the key person role in promoting transitions into early years education and care and building relationships with parents and carers. You've been directed to this video as you're a key person in a setting that is likely to take part in the study and have been invited to find out more. I'm an early years teacher and mother of 2 teenagers, and I now work at Plymouth Marjon University as a senior lecturer in education. I'm particularly interested in how best children and their families can be supported to start in their first experience in education and care outside of that family unit. I'm undertaking a PhD study to see how settings support new families and to understand the perspectives of parents, carers, their children, as well as key persons about that transition to starting an early years setting. I've undertaken a key person role myself for many years and a real strong believer about the benefits of the key person approach. I want to investigate how this specifically can support children and their families when they first start in that new setting. These slides will give you full information about the study and your potential participation prior to you completing a consent form to approve your contribution and involvement with the study. If you do have any further questions, please do let me know. So this is the title of the research project. It's the key person role in promoting positive transitions into early years education and care, building relationships with parents and carers. So what is the purpose of this study? Well, the research project explores a number of themes that are linked to that role of the key person and importantly those relationships. Specifically, the research project seeks to understand some key themes, one of which is how the setting supports new children and families before they start in the setting. The second is to consider the value and the impact of home visits, should your setting do them, and as well about taster sessions where those are offered. The third one is about assessing what information is important to share between all parties to help that positive start. And then the fourth one's about considering the effective settings seek to bring to build that relationship between parents and carers and the key person. And then finally, to assess parent and carer views about that effective support to aid their children starting in the new setting. So why have you been invited to take part in this research project? Well, your setting has been approached and has agreed to be involved as a setting within the project. There are 4 settings across the city of Plymouth, and within each of those 5 children's families and relationship with a key person as a kind of case study are being sought. So you've been invited as identified by your setting as one of the key persons that will be supporting a new child starting to be considered as one of those 20 case studies across the city. Do you have to take part? Absolutely not. Your contribution to the study is completely voluntary. There's no pressure on you to agree to take part. The research is designed with full ethical regard to the British Educational Research Association and other standards. Your well-being and the anonymity of all participants within the research is considered paramount. If you are happy to support the project as a participant, then you'll be asked to complete a consent form to agree to different elements of the research. You can agree to some parts and withdraw agreement from others should you wish. If you do agree to take part, then you will be asked to contribute to a couple of different elements of the research project. Firstly, you'll be asked to complete an online questionnaire. You can do this at a time to suit you. You'll just be sent a link. It should take you about 10 minutes or so, and it's really looking to capture your views, feelings, experiences about that key person role in supporting new starters and building those relationships with families. In addition, and this is an optional element, you will be asked if you are happy for any home visit you undertake to be discreetly audio recorded. That's to say you'll be given a dictaphone device to take with you to any home visits and to set that up discreetly to make an audio recording. That will then be transcribed using AI technology, and the original audio recording will be deleted and the transcription will be analysed. And then the other two elements are that you're agreeing to are about being discreetly observed. So the researcher will come into the setting and observe the taster session that the child attends with the family, concentrating on looking about the interactions, the well-being, the involvement and engagement of the child, and sort of their levels of play and things like that. And then the second element is 5 discrete observations of the child across 5 weeks as they arrive in the setting each day. There are no financial benefits to the participants in taking part. However, for you as a key person, it is considered that the research will really benefit you in reflecting on your own role as a key person and how you support children and their families in your role as a key person, and specifically with regard to building relationships with them and supporting new starters in your setting. So what will you need to do? Well, you'll be asked to complete an online questionnaire, and you can do that at a time to suit you. You'll be sent a link, and it's to a secure online system where you'll be asked to complete a number of questionnaires. Some provide contextual information about your age bracket and how long you've been working in early years and how many key children you support. And then others ask you to express your views, give your opinions about some of the benefits of the key person approach, some of the barriers and challenges you face in respect to the themes explored in this research. You will have an opportunity to type these into the boxes, but you can also use a speech to text narration tool to help you provide more detailed responses should you wish. So what are the possible disadvantages of taking part? Well, obviously there's a bit of a time commitment required from you to complete the questionnaires, but this shouldn't be too onerous. We're talking about 10 minutes or so. You also have a tool to be able to complete the questionnaire using voice dictation so that you don't need to type, and that should make that more accessible and easier to complete. There may potentially be some discomfort to some participants from being observed by the researcher when I'm observing the taster session and the morning arrival, but I'm really going to try to minimise any potential impact on you or the other research participants by being really discreet. The audio recording of the home visit, which is optional, as I said, will be transcribed and converted into text for analysis, so the researcher nor anybody else won't be sat listening to the audio recording, so that should aid the sort of discomfort there around being audio recorded. Every effort is made within the research to ensure that confidentiality is upheld. Your name will not be included in any of the research writing up, but rather you'll be asked to choose a pseudonym, an alternative name to be referred to by. Despite all efforts to ensure confidentiality, there is a potential, given that there are only 20 case study children and 20 case study key persons, therefore, involved in the study, that some of the settings and practitioners involved in the study may be able to identify or know who has been involved in contributing to that research. Some of the information and data may be looked at by those authorised persons at the university who have a duty to support and assess the PhD process, in addition to the PhD researcher myself, and therefore participants should be aware of this. All of the data will be stored securely on Plymouth Marjon University, otherwise known as the University of St Mark and St John. This will be stored on secure, password authenticated servers. The audio recordings will be recorded on a dictaphone device and swiftly, hopefully the same day, uploaded to the Marjon server and turned into the transcribed hard copies with the original audio recording deleted at the very earliest opportunity. So as mentioned, you will be asked to provide a pseudonym, so each of the participant families and key persons making up one of those case study families will be given a letter assigned to them, and you'll be asked to choose a pseudonym starting with that letter by which to be known. And this will be used within the analysis to refer to any comments you make or any information you provide. So what will happen to the results of the research study and the information you provide and contribute? Well, the findings will be used to inform a PhD thesis and submitted for assessment as part of that PhD process. The research is also going to contribute to that broader understanding within the sector of the role of the key person. And as such, I'll be seeking opportunities to disseminate information, both in kind of academic terms, so through academic journals and presentation at conferences and things, but also really importantly, using it to inform opportunities to train and upskill settings and practitioners in how best they can deliver the key person approach. So what will happen if you don't want to carry on with the study or you wish to withdraw consent? You will be given an opportunity to complete a consent process, and I will explain to you about that at the time of completion. You will be able to withdraw from the study up until the point that the data is captured. So that's to say, before any of the observations are undertaken, you will have an opportunity to withdraw your consent for that element of the process. Once you have completed the online questionnaire, you will not be able to withdraw your consent for that element. Due to the anonymous nature of completion, it will be impossible to identify your response and withdraw that from the study. You have an opportunity to refuse to give your consent for participation in the audio recording of the home visit from the outset, should you feel that it's something that you're not confident to contribute to. So what do you do if there's a problem? Well, if you have any concerns about the nature of the research, or indeed the conduct of the researcher, me, or the impact of the research on any persons within the setting, then please raise your concerns with someone at the earliest opportunities. Details of who you should contact in respect of different concerns are shown on this slide and on the participant information sheet. If you have questions about your rights as a research participant, or if you wish to make a complaint about the research, then you should contact the University Research Ethics Panel. It's ethicspanel@marjon.ac.uk. If you've got concerns about the research process or how this could impact you or children in the setting, then you should contact the researcher, myself, Jane Garcia, in person, or email jgarcia@marjon.ac.uk. If you've got concerns relating to the conduct of the researcher, so myself, and any impact that has on children in the setting, then please contact your setting designated safeguarding officer or your manager and act in line with your safeguarding policy. Finally, a big thank you for taking the time to engage with this participant information. I very much hope that you will feel able to contribute to this research and share your views and your experiences as someone in a key person role. Here is my contact information. Please do feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to meeting you soon. Thank you.